Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Nash from Tesla and the Gong. In this video, we're going to talk about the state of panel gaps in our Teslas in 2021. The reason why this topic came up is because of an Inside EVs article from March of 2020, which surfaced on my Twitter timeline last week. It was basically a Twitter fight started by the lovely, angelic TSLAQ fans instigating the absolutely horrific, toxic Tesla fans to retaliate. It all started like this. TSLAQ fans gate-crashed a Tesla party on Twitter and posted articles from 2017 and 2018 talking about Tesla panel gaps and the quality issues that Tesla's been having. And then the Tesla fans had to retaliate in kind by posting other articles from 2020 talking about Porsche Taycan having some quality issues with some panel gaps as well. Now, if you ask me, all you need to do is go to Google and add these two words, panel gaps, and add any of the OEMs out there, and you will see that there are panel gaps and issues with all these cars as well. And people who have bought these cars do not have any worry whatsoever. They vouch for those cars that they bought and they love their cars. That, in my humble opinion, it's no big deal, to be honest. But if you are in that alternate TSLAQ universe and want to know what is the state of these panel gaps right now in 2021, this video may be for you. So watch on. Now, before we go into the video, I need to thank Andrew, who is a fellow Tesla owner here in Australia and member of the Tesla Owners Club Australia as well. And I met him in one of the TOCA events in Southern Highlands, and he was kind to let me film his car and show the panel gaps in his car as well. Now, these were his words. It's just a car. I love it just the same. Without further ado, let's see what is the state of the panel gaps in 2021 in our Tesla Model 3s. As you can see here, this is going to be a side-by-side comparison of both the Shanghai and Fremont 2021 Tesla Model 3. Now, I am no structural engineer, but I watched this video from my good mate Tesla Tom of Ludicrous feed when he reviewed the 2021 Tesla Model 3, and he made mention that a 5mm gap is an acceptable variance in the industry. If you know better, please do leave your thoughts in the comments below. Now, we'll start from the right side or the driver's side tail lamps, and you can see in both the versions, the tail lamps are a wee bit proud to the side panels right about here. Now, I did not have a measuring tape to actually measure these things, but these look like within acceptable limits to me. 5mm it is, won't you think? On the passenger side, things were definitely much better, and both the tail lamps and the side panels are flush with each other. As you know that the 2021 versions, both of them have a powered rear trunk. On the driver's side, there was a small gap between the rear pillar and the rear trunk, which was more visible on the Shanghai version. Now, I'll be failing my duty if I did not make mention that this is a one-off comparison between these two cars and must not be treated as the norm. On the passenger side, the alignment was near perfect in both versions of the car. Now, at this point, I also want to make mention that the paint job in both of the cars, both the 2021 versions, were fantastic, and I can vouch for it because I can compare it with my 2019 Tesla Model 3, which is right now on hire Ex-Canberra via ev.com.au. The rear passenger door alignment in both versions of the car is near perfect, and also do check out the anodized plastic chrome deleted trims, which is perfectly aligned in the cars. The same all checked, all okay stamp can be applied for the front passenger side doors as well. We are really nitpicking here, to be honest, but you can see that the front passenger side door handles on the Fremont version are slightly more recessed to the body surface, whereas on the Shanghai version, they are perfectly flush to the body. I understand this is absolute nitpicking, but I'll leave it to you. Maybe this will trigger your OCD tendencies. Who knows? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. The same holds good for the rear passenger side doors as well. You'll see that the Shanghai version is the superior of the two. Now, coming to the front trunk, I really can't make a distinction between the two versions of the car. Dare I say, the Shanghai version has a wee bit more space between the front lip of the front trunk and the front bumper compared to the Fremont version. Now, you leave your thoughts in the comments below. Does it really bother you? I think they're perfectly fine, to be honest, but you be the judge. As I mentioned before, the paint finish in both these 2021 versions is quite good. And now onto the interiors. As you know that the new Shanghai version of the car has these additional side panels on the doors, but this does trigger my OCD more than a wee bit. I absolutely hate the direction of these wood lines in the door panels, but I'm happy to note that the new version of the Fremont cars have a much better direction of the wood panels as seen in this picture. The second thing that triggers my OCD is the non-alignment of those wood panels compared to the front dash wood, and surprisingly, this misalignment is mirrored on the passenger side as well. Of course, in the Shanghai version of the car, we do have the upgraded headlights, and I see that these LED headlights in the Shanghai car is more concentrated and is slightly more brighter than in the Fremont version of the Model 3s. The steering wheel of the Shanghai version has a similarity and difference to its Fremont counterpart. The similarity being it has a single inner seamed stitch as opposed to a split stitch in the 2019 version. But the main difference is there are heating elements in this steering wheel, and that can be activated from the dash. There you go. If you go into the hatchback controls of your dash and go into the heating elements panel, you'll see that there's an additional symbol which shows the steering wheel, and you can turn off and turn on the heating here as well. You can also do this by using voice commands. Here is another look of the front dash wood panel, continuing onto the side panels onto the door. I really love this idea, but the direction of the wood panels is just not for me. But do leave your thoughts in the comments below. Does this trigger your OCD, or doesn't really bother you? Or are you going to use some sort of wrap to camouflage this completely? There you go. These are the key differences and similarities between the Fremont and Shanghai 2021 Tesla Model 3. I tried to be as unbiased as possible and showed all of the panel gaps that I could find. I also highlighted the differences between the two cars. If you want to see other changes from the 2019 version, do check out my other video. I will leave that link in the description as well as in the top right corner. Thank you very much for watching. If you are on the lookout for a Tesla of your own, an S3, X or a Y, anywhere in the world, do consider using my referral code. Description will have the link to the same. Both of us will get 1,500 kilometers or 1,000 miles of free supercharger credits. And in my case, my supercharger credits are directly attached to my hire Tesla Model 3 SR Plus 2019 version, which I hire out via ev.com.au. If you use my referral code TSLAQ, you'll get $25 off your first hire via ev.com. I'll see you guys in another interesting video very soon. Until then, this is Nash from Tesla and the Gong, signing off. Peace.